Let's see if I remember how to do this thing. 5 for fighting on the Huddle Up podcast feed. It's me. It's Mikey B. We're back. Been away for a couple weeks. Kind of multiple reasons why. Before we get into all the fun stuff that is the Stanley Cup Playoffs that start, I guess technically tonight, as you guys listen to this, as Jim probably gets this up on Monday. Started a new job, so life's been a little hectic, so I haven't had a lot of downtime to record. I eventually watched the Washington Capitals free fall out of a playoff spot, so it hasn't really been a lot of fun for yours truly. But we're getting ready to get into one of my favorite times of the year, the Stanley Cup Playoffs, which I will watch a lot of playoff hockey. So I guess before we start, congratulations to the Boston Bruins for winning and setting the record for the most wins and points in a regular season. Kudos to those guys for all the hard work they put in. They are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, which we'll get into here shortly, where I will make a prediction for each of the first round series. We'll do this the entire way through the playoff run here through the National Hockey League. Congratulations again to the Bruins. Let's talk, though, about some other things that have happened. Before we get into it, Washington Capitals and Peter Laviolette agreed to part ways after 3 seasons. I can't say that I was surprised by this. He was in his final season of a 3-year deal. This one made a ton of sense. Laviolette, in his tenure as manager of the Washington Capitals, won 15, 78, and 27. I just felt like it was a pretty easy decision for the Capitals to move on from him here, especially as they are going to eventually start the transition to basically life after the Great Eight, which may be coming sooner rather than later, especially because he is closing in quickly on the Great One. So Laviolette is out. Also out, Brad Larson of the Columbus Blue Jackets after a pair of losing seasons. General manager Jarmo Kekalainen said a change was an absolute necessity, but did not go into any more of that. Columbus has lost 102 of the 164 games since Larson succeeded John Tortorella as their head coach. Let's see who else we have here. Dallas S. Aikens is out as the head coach of the Anaheim Ducks after 4 seasons. Last place in the National Hockey League, 23, 47, and 12. He went 100, 147, and 44 as manager of the Anaheim Ducks. Let's see if there's been any more terminations before we move on to the fun stuff, which is previewing round 1 of the National Hockey League playoffs. I don't see any other major moves yet. Let's talk about the one good thing before we get into the playoffs that happened for me this season. That is the playoff streak of the Pittsburgh Penguins has officially come to an end. They missed the playoffs this season. I couldn't say that I'm any happier than saying those words. Very excited to not have to sit through another Sidney Crosby playoff run. See you later. And speaking of that, Ron Hextall and Brian Burke could be a big change coming. Fenway Sports Group, owners of the Pittsburgh Penguins, announced the firing of Brian Burke, Ron Hextall, and assistant general manager Chris Pryor after the first missed playoff appearance in 17 seasons. Fenway Sports Group, not messing around. Somebody else that's not messing around is the International Hockey Federation. It was announced earlier today that Russia and Belarus will not be allowed to compete in the International Ice Hockey Federation tournaments as long as the war with Ukraine continues. Both nations are already banned from competing through 2024. The president, Luke Tardif, said a decision on the two countries' eligibility for 2025 will be made in March. So we'll see where we stand with that. That could be a big thing, that if they keep suspending those two nations. Yeah, that's all I got for non-playoff talk. So let's start with the... Oh, sorry, I have the hiccups. Let's start with the Atlantic Division. It's the 1-8 matchup. It's the 65-12-5 Boston Bruins, 135 points on the regular season, taking on the 42-32-8 Florida Panthers, 92 points. Leading scores, 111 points for David Pastrnak, 60 goals, 51 assists. For the Panthers, it was Matthew Tkachuk, 109 points, 40 goals, 69 assists. This series sits as following. Game 1 is April 17th, which is tomorrow, Monday night, or tonight, Monday night, as you guys are listening to this. They'll play Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Those are the first 4 games that have been set. The first 3 games, 1 through 3, 7:30 drop of the puck. ESPN for games 1 and game 2. Game 3 is on TNT. Game 4 is also on TNT with a 3:30 drop of the puck. Game 5, 6, and 7 will be the 26th, 28th, and 30th. All times to be determined, and if necessary. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that Game 6 and Game 7 will not be necessary, and Game 5 is even in question. I will take the Boston Bruins to keep the streak alive. And I'll say this, I think it's because of how great both goaltenders they have been playing. Give me the Bruins in 5 to eliminate the Florida Panthers. The 2-3 in the Atlantic, the Toronto Maple Leafs 50-21-11 with 111 points, taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning 46-30-6, 98 points. The Maple Leafs were led by Mitch Marner, 99 points. He had 30 goals and 69 assists. For Tampa Bay, Nikita Kucherov, 113 points, 30 goals, and 83 assists. This series is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then Game 4 would be Monday the 24th. Game 1 and Game 4 both have 7:30 drops of the puck, while Games 2 and 3 have 7 o'clock tilts. Games 1 and Games 2 can be seen on ESPN, Game 3 and Game 4 on TBS. Games 5, 6, and 7 are the 27th, the 29th, and the 1st, respectively. I think this series goes 6, but give me the boys from north of the border. Give me the boys from the 6. I will take the Maple Leafs in 6 to advance on. The Metropolitan Division sees the number 1 seed Carolina Hurricanes taking on the New York Islanders. 52-21-9 for the Hurricanes, 113 total points. For the Islanders, 42-31-9, 93 points. Leading scorers for the Hurricanes was Martin Nesca, 71 points. He had 28 goals and 43 assists. For the Islanders, it was Brock Nelson, 75 points, 36 and 39 of goals and assists, respectively. Game 1 of this series is tonight in Carolina. Game 2 is on Wednesday. Game 3 is on Friday. Game 4 is on Sunday. The first 2 games will have the opening faceoff at 7 o'clock, both on ESPN2. TBS will be the home for the other 2 games announced so far of this series, with the 21st being opening faceoff being at 7 p.m., while the 23rd will be a 1 o'clock tilt. This one, I think, goes the distance. I'll take the Carolina Hurricanes to win this in 7. I know it's weird. You're saying, oh, it's a 1-4 matchup. This is a little different. I feel like the Islanders can get hot here. So I'll take 7, but I'm going to give the Hurricanes the edge. And then the Battle of New York / New Jersey. The Devils are the 2 seed. They will host the New York Rangers. For the Devils, 52, 22, and 8 for 112 points. The Rangers, 47, 22, and 13, 107 points. Leading scorers for both squads, the Devils was Jack Hughes, 99 points. He had 43 goals and 56 assists. Artemi Panarin, 92 points, 29 goals, 63 assists. This series will start Tuesday, April 18th in New Jersey. It'll then be the 20th, the 22nd, and the 24th. This one has all kinds of crazy things here. Game 1 is on TBS at 7. Game 2 is at TBS on 7:30. Game 3 is on ABC with an 8 o'clock opening faceoff. And then Game 4, so far announced, will be a 7 Eastern drop of the puck. This one is going to go the distance. This one is going to be a banger. But I'm going to take the upset. Give me the New York Rangers to prevail here. I trust their goaltending a little bit more than I do the goaltending of the New Jersey Devils. The Central Division, the number 1 seed, Colorado Avalanche, playing the number 4 seed, Seattle Kraken. The Avalanche, 109 points on the regular season, going 51, 24, and 7. 100 points for the Kraken, 46, 28, and 8 leading scorers. Nathan MacKinnon from the Avalanche, 111 points. He had 42 goals, 69 assists. Jared McCann, 70 points. He had 40 goals, 30 assists for the Kraken. This is the Tuesday-Thursday tilt setup here. 3 of the 4 games will drop the puck at 10:30, with Game 2 being the only anomaly. That's a 9:30 opening faceoff. Game 1 and Game 2 can be seen on ESPN. Game 3 and Game 4 can be found on TBS. I'll take the defending Stanley Cup champions to win this in 6. I think the Kraken are going to be a little bit for Colorado to handle, but I think that with McKinnon and those guys, they figure it out just like they did in their run to the Stanley Cup last year. At 2-3 matchup, the Dallas Stars taking on the Minnesota Wild. The Stars set at 108 points, 47, 21, and 14. The Wild, 46, 25, and 11. Leading scorers, Jason Robertson of the Stars, 109 points. He had 46 goals, 63 assists. For the Wild, it was Kirill Kaprizov, 75 points, 40 goals, 35 assists. This series is on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. All games 1 through 3 will be opening faceoff of 9:30. Game 1 and Game 2 on ESPN2. Game 3 and Game 4 will be found on TBS, with the Game 4 opening faceoff happening at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to take the Dallas Stars here to advance. I'm going to say this one goes the distance. This is a 7-game bloodbath that could eventually open up the door for whomever they face in Series 2 to have a walk to the Western Conference Finals. Pacific Division now, the 1-4 matchup. The Vegas Golden Knights will take on the number 4 Winnipeg Jets. The Knights finished with 111 points, going 51, 22, and 9, while the Jets went 46, 33, and 3 for 95 total points. Leading scorers for the Golden Knights is Jack Eichel, 65 points, 27 goals, 38 assists. For the Jets, it was Kyle Connor, 80 points, which had 31 goals and 49 assists. This series is on the Tuesday-Thursday schedule. Game 1 and Game 4 will have 9:30 opening faceoffs, while Game 2 will have a 10 o'clock and Game 3 will have a 4 o'clock Eastern opening faceoff. Game 1 can be found on ESPN2, Games 2 and 3 on TBS, and Game 4 will be on ESPN. Give me the Vegas Golden Knights here. I don't think this goes more than 5, so give me the Knights to walk away with the series victory. And last, but certainly not least here, is the 2-3 matchup from that side of the bracket. The Edmonton Oilers are your 2 seed, 109 total points, 50, 23, and 9 for the 109, while the Kings had 104 points, going 47, 25, and 10. Leading scorers, no surprise here for the Edmonton Oilers, it was Connor McDavid, 152 points. He scored 64 goals and had 88 assists. For the Kings, 72 points for 2 players, Anze Kopitar and Kevin Fiala, with Kopitar having 27 and 45, while Fiala had 23 goals and 49 assists. This series is on the Monday-Wednesday schedule. The first 3 games can be found at 10 o'clock, with Game 1 and Game 2 coming on ESPN. Game 3 will be on TNT. Game 4, the lone non-10 p.m. opening faceoff, will take place on TBS. I think this game goes 6. Give me Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers to advance. That is your opening round preview. I think that there is going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to see some major moves here on teams that are going to make a run to potentially play for the Stanley Cup. That's this week's show, guys. I will be back next week to start talking about results as they come in, things that teams are doing now that are going to get them potentially to the Stanley Cup, and other things. If you're not already, please like, subscribe, thumbs up the Huddle Up Incorporated fun little account we have here. The Apple, Spotify, Google, we're everywhere. If you're not already, please follow us at Huddle Up on social media. You can follow Jim at Big Jim Sports. There's a link tree to all of our good social media stuff there. There's also a link to the store for the Huddle Up Incorporated t-shirt brand over at tpublic.com. You can find all those in Big Jim's link tree over on Twitter at Big Jim Sports. You can follow me on Twitter at They Call Me Bird. Until next week, guys, as always, I appreciate you all giving me the opportunity to talk about the National Hockey League. So until then, guys, we'll see you on the ice for next week's episode of 5 for Fighting.